Hello and welcome to The Watering Hole. Thanks for checking out this clip. Don't forget to like and subscribe because that'll make the baby Jesus cry, and I know how much you guys love making the baby Jesus cry.
Trump versus Taylor Swift. Trump privately grouses that he's more popular than Taylor Swift.
One of them's a music producer. The other one was the president of the fucking United States. Why does it matter? What?
Well, also, Trump can't even fill an arena anymore. Taylor Swift sells out no matter where she goes. So I'm going to go ahead and say that Taylor Swift is probably more popular. Now, how many of her fans are of voting age? I would guess that she's got a significant amount of underage fans. It's not it's not an insignificant amount of influence that she could exert if she were to start talking politics. But
there's this insane theory that Taylor Swift is a government psyop. If you've been seeing that,
yeah, we covered that last week.
It's just
Jesse Waters started that because he found a video where someone that worked for the I think someone from the Pentagon was giving a speech at NATO. And used Taylor Swift as an example of someone who, a pop musician who has a lot of influence.
Right,
and he took that to mean that they floated the idea of using her as a psyop. And it's like, no, they just used her as an example of someone that has influence. And to deny that she has influence is to deny reality.
Yeah, you have to be of a very awkward mental disposition to not believe that she is a person who can influence other people just as a base statement.
Yeah, so this article comes to us from Rolling Stone. So singer-songwriter Taylor Swift hasn't even endorsed President Joe Biden for re-election yet, but that hasn't stopped members of Magaland's upper crust from plotting to declare, as one source close to Donald Trump calls it, a holy war on the pop megastar, especially if she ends up publicly backing the Democrats, which she basically already has. She hasn't, said it explicitly. But, you really think the Swifties are going to vote Republican?
Actually, a lot of them do.
Really?
So
even seeing, if given her level of popularity among all demographics,
that's what I'm mainly going for, is that she has such a widespread appeal that statistically a lot of them are going to be people who vote Republican. Because you got to remember, even though more people are plugged into politics now than they have been in the past, a lot of it thanks to Trump making it to where nobody had a choice anymore. But even with that, there are still plenty of people who either are not plugged into politics at all and then just vote with their family, or they vote with the name that they've heard the most, or the other one, people who are very plugged into politics and believe that they are smarter than the conspiracy nuts, but still absolutely adore Fox News.
So my partner is sitting right beside me fact-checking us as we go. So she says, Swifties lean female and white, make under 50,000 and are suburban millennials. And in line with Swift's own political proclamations, 55% of avid Swift fans are Democrats. The remainder of the fans are equally split among identifying as Republicans and independents.
Okay, so a significant chunk, but not as much as her left-leaning audience.
Yeah. And also I would think that the majority of independents would generally lean toward Democrat rather than Republican in the current political climate, because I don't know, what kind of person says they're an independent and then votes for Trump at this point?
I can tell you exactly which kind of person that is, unfortunately. That's going to be somebody who says they're independent because they're libertarian.
Oh, apparently I got a hype train going because Duct Tape Jake resubscribed.
Also, Freedom Inc., thank you very much for the 1,000 bits on my end.
Thank you, Duct Tape Jake. Freedom Inc. playing both of us against each other.
They're playing both sides. It's a psyop. At least that's what I've been told that word means as of 20 seconds ago.
So the people in Trump's campaign are taking it as a given that Swift will eventually endorse Biden because she did that in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And judging by other things she said publicly, she fucking hates Trump. So why would she endorse him?
Yeah.
If she's going to go either way.
I get confused by the amount of people who pull the whole, I don't like Trump and I don't like Biden, but then, okay, well, who are you going to vote for? Well, if it comes down to it, I'll vote for Trump. Okay, but why? I never get a good but why.
Because he's going to build the wall.
I generally get well, Biden's not better. I'm not saying Biden's better or worse for purposes of this conversation. I'm asking what makes Trump good, flatline.
Mm-hmm.
What makes him worth your vote? What makes him worth your time?
Yeah, so because her boyfriend is going to the Super Bowl, I guess, the mega culture war pugilists, that's a fun word, I love that word, they are going nuts about how the NFL season has been rigged to boost Biden. Apparently.
Oh my God.
Everything that happens in the world that doesn't explicitly benefit Republicans was rigged to help Biden.
Hunter Biden's laptop, everybody.
It's the classic Biden is so powerful that he controls the fucking NFL now.
But he's also so weak that we don't have to worry about him.
Yeah. He's weak, he's Sleepy Joe, he can't get anything done, and yet he can actively rig the NFL to make a team that has the boyfriend of someone who hasn't even endorsed him yet win, so that she can have more influence when she maybe will eventually endorse him. Like, that's such a stupid plan. Like, saying it out loud, I'm just like, who could possibly believe this?
It sounds dumber the longer you say it.
Mm-hmm.
The more words escape your mouth, the dumber you feel.
Yeah, like I was trying to make it make sense, but it's like, no, there's no way to do that.
God, I am concerned now because with the level of stupidity that is required to believe half of this stuff, I want to enjoy going to the bar and working on a script next Tuesday when Taco Tuesday hits again. Mm-hmm. I'm worried that I'm going to hit the conspiracy nutter and he's going to have shit to say about Taylor Swift now when I go again.
Yeah. Yeah, so behind the scenes, Trump has reacted to the possibility of Biden and Swift teaming up against him this year, not with alarm, but with an instant projection of ego. Because that's how he rolls. Yeah, he has privately claimed that he is more popular than Swift and that he has more committed fans than she does.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, no, his fan base is like basically a cult at this point. So yeah, I will grant that the hardcore Trumpers are probably more committed to Trump than the Swifties are to Taylor Swift, for the most part. But yeah, his like the people that actually like Trump and think he's a good politician and want his politics and aren't just voting Republican because that's what they do, are dwindling. So apparently Trump is also like jealous of her being named Time Magazine's Person of the Year. He's like, obviously it makes no sense that I wasn't Person of the Year.
God, can you imagine caring about Person of the Year after Hitler got it? I don't know. It couldn't be me.
Didn't Trump get Person of the Year like the first issue after his election? Like
I believe he did, yeah. Because I think I remember that the only reason I even know about Hitler getting Person of the Year offhand is because that was the response to him getting Person of the Year. It was like, hey, buddy, is this you?
I know there was that Photoshopped one that had the M in Time making the devil horns on his head. That was fun. Apparently Trump said, I like Taylor's music about 25% less now, after she made a statement against him. I was in 2018. It was like, who quantifies how much they like music in percents?
I can see it happening, but I don't think I've ever personally done it. I've never been like, I'm kind of 20% on rap, and then there's Ben Shapiro's rap.
Oh God, doesn't he have a whole last video out where he's complaining that rap music isn't actually music?
Yes,
and yet he is now taking part in the rap music.
Yes, because he will disparage rap music when it's basically making fun of black people. And for him, it's making fun of rap music works for him initially because to him it's making fun of black music, because of course it's not like Ben Shapiro's ever said anything racist on his show ever. But ironically, he's teamed up with a white rapper for doing this, because the white rapper just happens to be Tom McDonald, whose entire thing is I rap to trigger the libs.
Swift accused Trump during the 2020 election of trying to blatantly cheat and put millions of Americans' lives at risk following his effort to hinder mail-in voting amid the COVID-19 pandemic. And then as Trump has been having a popularity contest with Swift in his own head. Others close to him, including GOP operatives, some of his 2024 staff, and Trumpy media figures, I love the way this is worded, have been brainstorming different ways to go after Swift. Just like, good luck with that, man. Like, as my partner, who is still, I guess, on her Taylor Swift Googling run. Where was it? Yeah, so her world tour, the Eras World Tour, is that what it's, I don't know, whatever. It's currently packing stadiums across the U.S. and it's on track to be the highest grossing concert tour of all time. Is that adjusted for inflation? Okay, it's probably adjusted for inflation, but she didn't say. So, like, yeah, I don't think Trump's like political rallies are bringing in quite the audience that her world tour is. So yeah, no, I'm gonna call bullshit on him being popular with her.
And honestly, why would you even expect them to? Because a political rally has just from a logistics perspective, right? A political rally has a more niche audience than fucking music does. Mm-hmm. It should. That's
yeah. Well, like what we saw the stats earlier, 55% of her fan base are Democrats, and then the rest is split half and half between Republicans and independents. That's not going to happen with Trump. You're not going to get you're not going to see about a quarter of his audience being Democrats. Like, there might be a handful of them there that are there to like see just how crazy these stupid rallies are, but like, it's not going to be 25% of them. Or
no, because most of them are going to go, why would I go to a Trump rally? I have better things to do with my life.
Mm-hmm.
I have more enjoyable things I could be doing that aren't listening to a fascist. Yeah. Assuming that they're, a type of person that would consider Trump a fascist. A lot of people who are just liberal don't. But still, fact still remains.
Oh, so this is so sad. I didn't know that this was her that shared it. I didn't read the name, I guess. But I did see this tweet. So Trump's lawyer, Alina Habba, shared a post on social media that includes the caption, "Who thinks this country needs a lot more women like Alina Habba and a lot less like Taylor Swift?" And it was just like, I thought that was just some random right-wing nut job. But apparently it was actually her. And that's so sad.
Women should never be involved in politics or have opinions on them, obviously. That's basically what they're saying.
Yeah, but like, imagine posting something on social media that like, I have an audience, I have fans, I have people that hang on my every word. I don't think they should hang on my every word quite as much as some of them do, but I have them. They're there. I would never think to post something being like, oh, the world needs more people like me than Taylor Swift.
Yeah, because it would make you look like a conceited dick fuck.
Yeah, and well, not to mention just being pathetic, like an overinflated sense of my own self-worth. Like, no.
Like, there's what's the thing? Nobody who's actually an honest person has to tell you how honest they are. Nobody who's a person worth listening to has to tell you how worth listening to they are. Yeah. Like, they don't have to do that, because those things are typically, with sane people, those things are self-evident.
Apparently I'm being told to look at the comments again. Okay, so the total economic impact to host cities of Swift concerts on her current tour is expected to hit $5 billion. Those are the kinds of gains you see in an event like the Super Bowl. So
Taylor Swift is pulling in Super Bowl numbers, and Donald Trump is pulling in like
have to have the camera zoomed in really far so you don't see the empty seats numbers.
Yay! I love honest politicians. I don't know what one looks like, but I'm sure, like porn, I'll know it when I see it. Maybe.
Yeah. So Fox News host Judge Jeanine Pirro, who has a hilarious voice that I would try to imitate if my voice wasn't already shot, warned Swift to stay out of 2024, saying, "Don't get involved. Don't get into politics. We don't want to see you there." Joe Biden is in a hole with young people. He knows it. And if he thinks Taylor can get him out of that hole, he's going to go for it. Like, why are you talking about Biden's holes? So Vivek Ramaswamy, he posted on Twitter following the playoff win for the Chiefs, which I guess is the team that Taylor's boyfriend is on.
Okay.
He claimed that unnamed forces would rig the Super Bowl to give the as yet non-existent endorsement from the artificially cultured artificially culturally propped up couple increased visibility. So, like, again, Biden has the power to rig the Super Bowl, but he's impotent. So
I have never cared so much about who a football player or a celebrity is dating. Why does this matter so much? Why?
I don't know.
Why is this what people are focusing on?
Yeah, like, I would know nothing about Taylor Swift's love life if the right wing weren't obsessed with it.
I just want to know. I want to know what hole they dig all of these ideas out from. But unfortunately, I know at least one of them. They get told something inaccurate from Fox News, and then they just peddle it, and they go, well, I love politics. It's my thing that I like talking about. Like, no, you don't like politics. You like the idea of being in a cult that has special knowledge, and that special knowledge cult tells you that you're so special because you know something everybody else does or doesn't. Like, you're addicted to that. You don't like politics. You like feeling special and feeling like you know more than other people.
Yeah.
That's not politics. That's a superiority complex.
Yeah. So, Turning Point USA and founder and Trump ally Charlie Kirk warned that Swift is going to come out in the presidential election and mobilize her fans, adding that all the Swifties want is a swift abortion. Haha. But, like, yeah, if you need a swift abortion, you should have access to that. Nothing wrong with that. And then we get a nod to last week with Jesse Waters declared Swift a potential Pentagon psyop and a front for a covert political agenda.
God fucking damn it. Why are these people?
He's a fucking idiot.
Why are these people allowed to speak on national television? Oh, I know. It's because they get ratings. Sorry, it was a rhetorical question.
Yeah. And then one of the guys on Trump's campaign team says celebrities can endorse Biden, but it doesn't lower inflation, stop wars, fix the border, or lower crime. Biden's job approval still sucks. So Trump is still winning and will win.
Yeah, none of those are actually reasons why Trump is going to win, though. Not one of those is the reason he's going to win.
Yeah, it's like inflation is not Biden's fault. It's been happening worldwide, and actually the United States was fairly insulated from it compared to other countries. So Biden actually did lower inflation quite a bit, or at least the policies that were enacted while he was president, which weren't necessarily straight from him. Stop wars.
He pulled us out of one of them at the very least.
He did, but I think they're kind of alluding, like they're saying, oh, the war in Ukraine and, the Israel-Hamas war, they're blaming Biden for those. Because I guess Putin was afraid to attack Ukraine when Trump was in charge, instead of it just being a case of, like, Putin didn't feel the need to do something like that when he had a puppet in the most powerful office of the most powerful nation on the planet.
Yeah, he had to make even the MI6 doc, which I sent you ages ago, pointed out that one of the main reasons that Putin is doing and all the stuff he's doing is because he feels like he needs to power play. He feels like he needs to bring Russia back to the size and the strength it was at when it was the Soviet Union. He feels very much like he needs to measure up to that, which is not something that you would have to deal with most other people who are in power in democratic places, because most of the time they're measured by the policies that they are pushing out, not how big they can expand their empire.
Yep. Yeah, it sucks that they're so short-sighted. At least they're short-sighted when it comes to things the Democrats are doing. You're like, oh, things that are happening under Biden right now that are the result of Trump's policies, that's because of Biden. But things that happen under Trump that were the result of the previous Democrats' policies, oh, that's because of Trump. And also, anything good that happens under Biden, that's because Trump set it up for him. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, it doesn't matter.
Now, I will say this. I will say that there is some legitimacy to one of the grievances that has been had with Biden a lot lately, which is a lot of his campaign has been focused on the economy. A lot of his rhetoric has been focused on the economy, how better the economy is doing. The problem is 60% of Americans aren't feeling any of that. Mm-hmm. 60% of Americans are feeling an increase in everything around them price wise and not enough of an increase in their wages. So even if statistically Biden is improving the economy compared to what Trump would have done or compared to other countries, Americans are still suffering a fuck ton under the current economy that we're told is doing very, very well. So I can understand at least that grievance, but it's never given with any nuance by Republicans ever. They're just like, it's Biden's fault. Like, well, Biden could be doing better, yes, but that doesn't mean it's automatically his fault.
And then the people on the Democrat side are too quick to give Biden credit for things that are just a natural part of economic cycles.
Mm-hmm. Capitalism is known for boom and bust cycles. It's not a good thing, but it is how it works.
Yeah.